Have you recently experienced anything unusual? As though you have a fresh perspective on the world. This isn't a coincidence. However, the 5D Earth timeline split's initial wave is having an impact on our consciousness. This goes beyond a simple change in energy. It marks the start of a profoundly different reality, where a lot of people are becoming aware of increased levels of unity, love, and consciousness. We are standing on the beginning of a revolutionary change in human awareness. This is so as the 5D Earth timeline's initial wave split is literally taking place today. The enthusiasm surrounding this change has been accumulating for several months, getting us ready for a new age where the fundamental structure of reality is evolving. As this new chronology begins, many of you will start to notice significant changes in your body, spirit, and mind. These changes are impacting more than just your internal state, but are also showing up in your surroundings. Timeline split serves as a boundary between the ancient 3D fear world conflict, separation, and the new 5D reality. It is founded on love, without conditions, peace, and harmony. So, are you prepared for the largest 5D's initial wave? The universe's Earth timeline divided then leave a remark. I am completely prepared to ride the 5D Earth wave. This video will help us comprehend what it means, how to identify the symptoms, and how to deal with this quick transition. Grace into the new Earth and peace, and how to retire using such strong energy. There are 6 sections to this video, and the final section is the most crucial for you. Spiritual individuals prior to that, please become a channel subscriber. Comprehending the 5D timeline split. The Earth timeline split in 5D symbolizes the division of 2 realities: the outdated, fear-based 3D paradigm materialism and separation, considering the growing awareness of 5D, which has love at its core. Harmony and tranquility. Conflict and duality are reflected in the 3D world, whereas the higher vibrational state of 5D Earth, where people always act with compassion and connectivity, this split is currently taking place. And you sense it already. When your inner world starts to shift, demonstrating this significant energy transfer, the reality we are accustomed to is the 3D world characterized by dualism. The concept of duality holds that there are many opposites in life: right versus wrong, good versus terrible. This 3D perspective contrasts light and dark. People frequently look at the world from a distance. Many people are motivated by fear to compete and survive. Absence and the conviction that life is a battle to be won, barriers and difficulties. Additionally, this paradigm is quite materialistic, centered on material belongings, status, and outside confirmation residing in a 3D. The condition of consciousness is overwhelming, since it centers on confrontation, tension, and a never-ending desire to succeed or prove oneself. The ego is very important in this environment, and when individuals frequently feel cut off from their deeper oneself and other people, the 3D model of society prefers rivalry than collaboration, individualism over solidarity, and power over empathy. Conversely, the 5D world symbolizes a greater state of awareness. Here, duality is substituted for the emphasis is on interconnection, unity, and unification. People making the shift to a 5D perspective start to see things from a loving perspective. Kindness and tranquility. They recognize the interconnectedness of all beings, and the health of one impacts everyone's well-being. Fear in this 5D state, acceptance takes the place of rage and condemnation, compassion and comprehension. It's a fact. Where individuals follow their hearts more compared to their ego, materials, achievement, and outward achievements no longer establish one's value. Instead, it's about personal development. spiritual bond, and leading your life in accordance with your higher self. Functioning in 5 dimensions enables one to get over anxiety and tension. Substituting a sense of inner tranquility for these emotions, the path stops being about what I can do, and additional information on how I may support and assist others. It is a cooperative world rather than a competitive one. A world where there is plenty rather than scarcity. The concept is referenced by the timeline divide, that these 2, 3D and 5D worlds cohabit at the moment. And humanity is currently making a decision. This is not a literal division on which side to support, where 2 halves of the earth will split instead of a change in energy and vibration. People are gradually becoming more interested in the truth that corresponds with their inner state. Some people will still work in 3 dimensions, maybe mentality, due to the fact that they are not yet prepared to let go of past fears, as well as attachments. Others will switch to a 5-dimensional universe, feeling more joy, love, and freedom. For some time, 2 realities will coexist. However, when the energy divide widens, it will become more apparent. In what state of consciousness is the individual functioning? This change is already noticeable in a variety of ways. Personally, you might observe a change in your thinking, emotions, and how you relate to the outside world. Maybe meditation appeals to you. Spiritual or mindfulness exercises that facilitate communication with your inner self. You can become less interested in material possessions and more committed to leading a purposeful life, founded on compassion and kinship, heightened awareness, and a closer bond with nature, with the 5D Earth timeline split's initial wave. There has been a sharp rise in your energy sensitivity. If you feel more aware of your environment, more conscious of minute changes in the atmosphere, or even more emotionally sensitive, you're not by yourself. This heightened awareness is a normal aspect of the change in energy that we are all feeling, and it indicates that you are aware of corresponds to the higher frequencies. At the center of this change is the 5D Earth chronology, is a closer relationship with the energy surrounding us. You might experience a greater sense of harmony with nature. If there is a light wind, the sound of leaves rustling, or the sun's warmth against your flesh, everything can seem more lively, living and linked. The land itself seems to be communicating with you. And the ability to listen in a manner previously unattainable, this relationship with the natural world is a manifestation of the unified awareness. That is the 5D frequency's core, whereby the concept of separateness leads to a recognition of the unity of all living organisms. Your relationship with animals might potentially intensify. Animals' innate ability to sense energy already exhibit a frequency of vibration near to the Earth's natural rhythms. As your sensitivity rises, you might observe that animals react to you in different ways. They might try to find you, act more composed around you, or just feel more in tune with your energy. The reason behind this is that on a deeper level, their frequency resonates with you, and they are able to identify you as someone who supports the evolving the planet's energies. Along with your connection to animals and the natural world, you can discover that you're growing more conscious of the collective mind. This could show up as heightened awareness of the feelings, ideas, and energies of people in your immediate vicinity. As soon as you walk into a room, you can feel the atmosphere, or bear the burden of another person's emotional condition. Despite the fact that they haven't said anything, this might present both opportunities and difficulties. On the one hand, it enables you to establish deeper connections with other people and offer assistance when required. However, it might sometimes feel overpowering, particularly if you're taking in unfavorable or strong vibes from people around you. Your intuition will now serve as your guide, as your sensitivity increases. Likewise, your feeling of what's in line with your highest welfare. You could start to realize that certain people, locations, certain circumstances either increase or deplete your energy. Having faith in this inner knowledge is essential for negotiating this heightened sensitivity in a fresh wave. If something seems heavy or disorganized, it's probably a sign that it doesn't match your vibration right now. On the other hand, if something seems light, it is an indication of harmony when it is joyous and expansive, using the higher frequencies. What you're hearing about this heightened awareness is not to be feared. However, accepting it shows that you are changing, that your awareness is growing, and that you're learning to adapt to the new earth energy. It's a gift that helps you get by in life, with heightened consciousness, intuition, and a sense of interconnectedness. The more you embrace this vulnerability and believe what it tells you, your alignment with the 5D Earth time frame will increase. This heightened energy sensitivity reflects the change in consciousness. It is occurring on a worldwide level, as more people realize who they really are and how everything is interrelated. The planet's overall vibration increases. By focusing on these higher frequencies, you're performing a crucial part in this process of ascension. You are contributing to the new Earth's light stabilization and making it possible for others to follow suit. An odd and potent change in how time is experienced, the initial breaks in the 5D Earth timeline, is taking place at the moment. And a lot of people are starting to detect an odd and a significant change in how people perceive time. You might think that time is passing more quickly, speeding past in a blur, or it can seem to be slowing down, expanding out in ways that are hard to describe. This feeling of time warping is among the primary indicators that inform us. We are entering the fifth dimension, where the established laws of time start to alter. Time becomes less rigid and more malleable, as though the clock has little influence over our lives now. As it previously did in the third dimension reality, we experience the past because time is linear, future and present in a straight line, transitioning between events in a methodical and predictable manner. But as we move into the fifth dimension's higher frequencies, time starts to become less linear, rather from being fastened to the wall-mounted clock. When the calendar's ticking, we start to live more completely in the here and now. This is because time is no longer a constraint in 5D. It turns into a tool for growth and creation. Among the causes of this distortion that you see is the blending of dimensions. As the world transitions to a 5-dimensional timeline, the limits of the third dimension and the fifth dimension starts to become hazy. This blending gives the impression that time is passing more quickly or reducing speed. Once you start to simultaneously perceive several dimensions, time is seen as a fixed entity in 3D, constant flow. But in 5 dimensions, time is more malleable. It extends and bends. Based on your level of awareness and your synchronization with the higher love frequencies, happiness and tranquility. When you're really present and in sync with the current energy, time appears to be growing. You might believe that you have endless time, as though you don't even exist in time. This is due to the fact that the higher your consciousness, the less you are constrained by historical institutions. There is no hurry in the fifth dimension. Everything occurs in perfect harmony when you start to see that the soul, the real moment, is right now. However, when you're trapped in a lower fear vibe, anxiety or tension, time may seem to be slipping away from you. You could think you're never going to have enough time, as though the days are passing quickly, because time is running out for you all the time. To carry out your desired actions or must perform this feeling of time passing more quickly indicates that you're still somewhat grounded in the fact that the third dimension, when people view time as a limited resource, as you transition into 5D, you are encouraged to abandon this outdated mindset and instead accept the current moment's flow, where divine order already prevails. An additional facet of time distortion that individuals go through during this change is referred to as a time loop. You might think some things keep happening again. As if you are reliving historical moments, this is due to the fact that when dimensions are being combined, the past, both the present and the future, are happening at the same time. You might find yourself going over old recollections again, or patterns, rather than being stuck, but since these times are being raised to the surface. For recovery and freedom. The Earth timeline in 5D is requesting that you give up something that is no longer helps you in order for you to fully embrace the new, the vitality of the present. In this updated timeline, the idea of time starts to shift from something that dominates you to something that helps you. You start to understand that your reality is something you have created, because time is just your consciousness reflected back to you. When the higher frequencies of fifth-dimensional time are aligned, will adapt to your state by bending and flowing organically. You'll discover that you can accomplish more in less time, not because you're pushing yourself or hurrying. However, since you are in harmony with nature, the universe's rhythms. The secret to overcoming this distortion in time is to remain rooted in the here and now. The more you can concentrate on the present, the less you'll be impacted by temporal fluctuations. Engage in mindfulness meditation, plus other grounding methods that support you in maintaining your emotional center. As you proceed, you will observe how time starts to lose control over you. You'll start to experience flow in your life, where time contracts and grows according to your own energy instead of the sound of a clock ticking. Emotional purification. The 5D Earth timeline split's initial wave is upon us, and a lot of people are going through a drastic change within themselves. This change signifies the start of a new reality. Vibrating with a greater love frequency, peace, and cohesion as we enter this new stage. Many are seeing the consequences of what is frequently referred to as emotional purification of past feelings, ingrained anxieties, as well as long-standing traumas coming to light in a manner that could appear overwhelming. However, this process is crucial to our evolution. Simply put, into 5D consciousness, emotional purification entails letting go of burdensome emotional weights that have built up inside of us. Over time, these feelings, which could result from prior encounters, childhood injuries, or even ancestry, are energy that are dense. Something can stop us from progressing when the energy of the Earth changes to a higher frequency. We're requested to make these lower vibrational energies in order to conform to the new 5D Earth's lighter energy. The emotional purification process can be rather demanding. You might experience feelings you didn't anticipate. You'd been dealing with rage for a while, sadness, grief, and frustration. These may unexpectedly reappear. You can experience a sense of being forced to your emotional boundaries, as though old scars are resurfacing. This can be a perplexing situation, particularly if you don't know why these emotions are coming back. However, it's crucial to comprehend that this is an essential component of your change. When old feelings come back, it indicates that they are prepared for release. Past energies, no matter how unpleasant, are kept in reserve in our active bodies and have assimilated into our identity. They influence how we behave, our interactions with one another, and our worldview. However, in this new Earth energy, these lower frequencies have no place. They need to be recognized, felt, and released in order for us to completely accept the greater light that is now at our disposal. To undergo this purification procedure, self-compassion is a crucial habit. And patience, now is the moment to treat yourself with kindness. and accept your feelings as they come up when journaling. Sitting with your emotions or practicing meditation can assist you in processing what is about to happen. Keep in mind that feelings are dynamic energy, and the more we give ourselves permission to experience them, the quicker they can get past us and be freed. A lot of folks as well discover that emotional purification is coupled with physical signs that you might be fatigued, suffer from headaches and aches, or intestinal issues. This is due to the fact that emotional energy frequently becomes stuck in the body, and it may result in bodily discomfort when released. Supporting your body during this period is a smart choice by taking it easy and drinking lots of water, and consuming wholesome meals that support energy stability as you proceed with this procedure. You are peeling back the layers of your former self. Dense energy are being released by you, which no longer serve your best interests, and you are creating space for the new you by doing this. You are activating your 5D Earth Light codes, assisting you in embracing higher love frequencies. The meaning of ascending is happiness and tranquility. To ascend to a higher level when you feel closer to who you really are and the cosmos. However, the process of emotional purification sometimes seems difficult. After all, it's a present. This opens the door for you to fully embrace the new earthly reality where you can live a more genuine life. Kindness and intention heightened expression. The 5D Earth timeline split's initial wave is now taking place, and it brings with it a sharp rise in manifestation as the 5D frequency is aligned. Your thoughts are the developer of your reality. Sentiments and goals are appearing far more quickly than in the past. In this heightened state of awareness, the relationship between your inner world and the outside world becomes considerably more apparent and more straightforward. Just the energy that you possess returns to you through your experiences in life. This change in manifestation is much more than just thinking positively or establishing objectives. It concerns a more profound alignment of energy. When you're in harmony with the higher love vibrations, peace and harmony come naturally to you. Draw in situations that return these attributes to in the 5D frequency. You being manifest is not something you have to fight for. Because of your inner condition, it flows naturally. When you're feeling fantastic, you might start to realize things come together more readily. Things work themselves out. There are opportunities, and there are more coincidences. However, if you are clinging to your anxieties, uncertainties, or unfavorable feelings, you might also observe these reflections in your own reality, constructing obstacles or challenges. This is not meant to demoralize you, but to demonstrate the extent of your creative abilities. Every feeling, every notion, every goal emits a vibration to which the cosmos reacts. The secret to utilizing this heightened manifestation power comes from mindfulness and awareness. When navigating this initial 5D wave, Earth timeline split, pay attention to the energy you're holding. Do your ideas align with what you wish to produce? Do your emotions align with your vision? The more you concentrate on bringing your inner state into harmony with the world you wish to inhabit, the sooner you see it materialize in your external environment. There is a lot of promise and change at this time, and your energy is being responded to by the universe faster than in the past. Accept this change with a clear head and an open heart, and observe how the love starts to show in your reality. Joy and plenty that are within you. How to conform to the chronology in 5D. To completely accept this initial wave of the split 5D timeline. Aligning oneself with love is essential. Harmony and heightened awareness. You must use the techniques I'm giving you in order to accomplish this. Accept love without conditions. Central to the 5D experience is the force of unwavering love. To correspond with this schedule, you have to stop passing judgment. In every encounter, fear and hatred foster love, both with other people and with yourself. When you work from a position of unwavering love, your vibration naturally rises. Fundamentally, unconditional love is the act of freely giving love, without expecting anything in return. It's about loving both yourself and other people, not according to their actions, what they provide you or how they act, but only because of their own characteristics. This type of love surpasses the typical feelings of people, connected to expectations, conditional attachment, or judgments. When you show unconditional love, you do not wait for people to act in a manner that pleases you or meets your own standards. Rather than, you embrace them despite all of their shortcomings, realizing that everyone is independent. A special journey. The secret to love without conditions is that it starts inside, by fully and utterly loving yourself. You can give that same love to others because you love yourself, and empathy for other people. In the 5-dimensional or 5D experience, love is seen as a fundamental vibration that brings everything into harmony. You are not afraid in this state, criticism and negativity, by accepting love without conditions. This higher vibration is what you align yourself with, boosting your own vitality and establishing a sense of solidarity that goes beyond the division and separation of day-to-day existence. You enter an environment where love serves as the driving force behind your relationships, beliefs, and behaviors. This does not imply that difficulties or disputes abruptly vanish. But your strategy for dealing with these difficulties drastically shifts. Rather than responding angrily, whether it's anger or criticism, you react with empathy, comprehension, and compassion. You start to notice the wider picture, understanding that everyone you meet is, fundamentally, a loving being as well, regardless of how they appear to act. Love yourself first. The path to unconditional love starts with the individual. A lot of people have been taught to be critical of themselves or believe they are not deserving of love to end this pattern. Kindness is something you have to actively practice, and self-acceptance. This entails giving up the critical self-talk. That implies you're not worthy, and instead, accepting that you are deserving of love. As you are, the greater your self-love. You must give more to others. Give up passing judgment. Fear frequently leads to self-judgment and judgment of others. Uncertainty or a desire for control. By relinquishing these judgments, you allow yourself to see people for who they truly are lovely, imperfect humans trying their hardest. When you stop feeling the urge to correct or condemn other people, you create space for more meaningful relationships and deeper exchanges. Show sympathy. Compassion entails acknowledging the pain that other people endure and reacting politely, even when people are challenging. Having compassion when reacting to hurt or anger permits you to preserve your personal tranquility. It's critical to comprehend, because the actions of everyone reflect his or her own inner condition, and your reaction may either promote healing or more harm when you decide to be compassionate. You contribute to elevating the total energy of the environment you live in. Forgiveness is a powerful tool that can be freely extended. In the application of unconditional love, retaining resentments or grudges, keeping you trapped at a lower vibration level, confined to the past. Forgiveness does not imply acceptance of negative conduct. Instead, it entails letting go of the weight of rage and deciding to proceed with love. By doing this, you free up energy to concentrate on more constructive things and positive encounters. Along with strengthening your bonds with others, unconditional love has a great effect on your mental health. And mental health, you feel lighter, happier, and freed from the strain of negativity, fear of criticism, as you develop this love inside of yourself. Additionally, you draw more of it from other people, generating a positive and loving ripple effect that permeates every aspect of your life. Cultivate a sense of unity. Oneness is a defining feature of the 5D timeline, where the appearance of separation diminishes. This step calls for a departure from individualism to the general awareness. When you acknowledge the interconnectedness of all beings, an effective method of conforming to this schedule is to live with a spirit of service and concern for others, for the benefit of humanity as a whole, the globe and nature. Consciousness of unity is an idea that encourages us to travel the world, and all of its components are connected. Where the barriers between us start to fall away, it stems from the notion that we're each component of a larger whole. And by accepting this, we can stop concentrating only on ourselves, to acknowledging the welfare of all living things as a whole, people and animals, the natural world and the planet itself. The departure from a self-centered lifestyle to a life focused on the US is essential to perceiving the 5D, as some refer to it. A timeline in 5 dimensions, a condition of being that is marked by love, unity and harmony in the world we live in today. We frequently feel as though we are apart. We might consider ourselves unique persons, with particular demands, challenges, and objectives. Occasionally, making our own achievement our first priority, and above all else, survival. However, there is nothing wrong with being unique, or oneness, consciousness, or personal development reminds us that genuine contentment originates from realizing our interconnectedness on a far more profound way. According to the 5D timeframe, as our spiritual and emotional development, we begin to change our viewpoint from this self-centered attitude to a more caring and communal one. One of the most important phases in cultivating unified consciousness is to recognize oneself in other people. This entails acknowledging that on a basic level, the things that set us apart are the same for all of us. Our racial culture, convictions, or financial standing. Our variations at the surface level, we are fundamentally the same. We all come from the same source, often called divine energy, the cosmos, or just love. By engaging in empathy, we start to appreciate other people's joys and hardships, like they belonged to us. While another person is suffering, instead of considering it their issue, we are capable of feeling empathy and try our best to lessen their misery. This goes beyond only offering physical assistance, but also providing emotional support and allowing people the freedom to express themselves. As we engage in empathy, we begin to see how everything is connected. One person's health has an effect on the community, as well as the planet's health affects the entire life cycle. This realization prompts us to take action, not only for personal gain, but out of a desire to make a constructive contribution to the benefit of all. Living in a service-oriented manner becomes a logical progression of this awareness when we act in a way that promotes the welfare of others, whether by performing tiny deeds of compassion every day, Even more extensive initiatives like volunteering, promoting environmental causes, or fostering our local communities. We start to live according to the oneness ideas. An additional crucial component of unity consciousness is cooperation and assistance. In a society that frequently honors competitiveness, instead, unity encourages us to work together. By cooperating, together, we can accomplish far more than we could on our own. When people get together, with the goal of supporting and growing together, it creates conditions in which everyone can prosper. Collaboration is more than just collaborating on initiatives. It also entails establishing areas where others can feel respected, heard, and safe. Communities built on collaboration and support represent the 5D timeline's ideals, where everyone is aware that assisting others benefits the entire. Lower vibrational attachments. In order to reach a higher frequency, you have to let go. Attachments to items that hinder your progress. This encompasses unhealthy connections, thinking negatively, and holding limiting thoughts. Anything that stems from rage or fear or deficiency will keep you bound to the lesser realms. Give up things that don't contribute to your spiritual development. Lower vibrational attachments are released is a crucial phase in the process toward spiritual development and personal growth. It's about releasing away from the things that no longer provide support for you, your health, or your greater goal, giving you the ability to increase your vibration and conform to a more tranquil, a happy and contented lifestyle. Everything that happens to us in life, regardless of relationships, there is a particular vitality in thoughts and beliefs. Certain energies uplift us and give us a happy feeling, powerful and in harmony with who we really are. Others bring us down, preventing us from escaping destructive cycles of fear, anger, bitterness, or self-doubt. These lower vibrational energies can serve as weights that are undetectable, that prevent us from realizing our greatest potential. To develop and reach a greater level of consciousness, it becomes essential to let go of these bonds, making room for more constructive, broad experiences. We must release one of the most prevalent attachments, is poisonous connections. Everybody has had relationships that exhaust them, instead of nourishing us, whether in a relationship or not. A friend, co-worker, or even a relative. These connections may keep us stuck in a negative mindset, entangling us in dramatic emotional patterns. Dispute or reliance on letting go of such connections does not imply leaving people behind, without concern, but figuring out when a relationship is unhealthy. For your development, by cutting these connections, you create space for new connections that are more encouraging, positive, and consistent with your evolving self. And more crucial element of releasing lower vibrational attachments entails changing our mental processes. Our minds are extraordinarily strong because our reality can be shaped by the thoughts we focus on. If we're talking negatively to ourselves all the time, or fear-based thinking, absence or restriction, we establish a mental space that prevents us from moving forward. These constricting ideas could inform us. We don't deserve love since we're not good enough, or that achievement is unattainable. However, when we cling to such ideas, we confine ourselves to the lower levels of uncertainty and anxiety. To let go of these attachments, it is crucial to engage in mindfulness exercises. Regarding self-awareness, pay attention to the ideas that go through your head. Are they keeping you stranded, or are they assisting you? When you notice that you're thinking negatively, remind yourself gently that these ideas are not the ultimate reality. You have the ability to change them by selecting more empowering. For instance, positive beliefs. Rather than believing I'm inadequate, you might substitute I am worthy of love and success instead. This change in thinking will eventually raise your vibe and bring more positive encounters into your life. An additional crucial phase in this procedure is clearing your mind and what this can entail for your life. Minimizing the negative influences you are exposed to, such as reducing exposure to fear-inducing media, anger or anxiety, the news and other media that we consume, entertainment or social media, can have a big impact on our energy and attitude. If you discover that some content disappears, do you feel exhausted or afraid? Now is the time to limit your exposure and swap it out for inspirational items. Encourage and instruct. Clearing out your life as well includes your physical surroundings. Our internal condition is frequently reflected in our external environment. If you're employed or living, the surroundings are overflowing with pointless items. It could make you feel overburdened and mental turmoil by removing tangible clutter. You make greater room for clarity, tranquility, and the flow of higher frequency energy into your life. Raise your feelings and thoughts. Raising your mind and emotions are essential to spiritual development and in harmony with the higher planes of awareness, especially what some call the 5D timeline. In this heightened condition, your ideas and emotions are strong forces that influence your world. Your thoughts and feelings can affect the experiences you draw things into your life, making it crucial to have a cheerful and considerate condition of mind and emotions. Crucial to this procedure is the knowledge that your vibration, everything around you, is impacted by the energy you exude. High vibrational feelings and thoughts, such as joy and love, appreciation, and tranquility, aid in drawing in more favorable experiences. Lower vibrational emotions, like fear, on the other hand, sadness or rage, can keep you trapped in difficult or unfavorable cycles. By deliberately deciding to improve your feelings and thoughts, you can increase your vibration and conform to the higher frequencies that make more happiness possible. Tranquility and contentment. Among the most effective methods to begin this process is through mindfulness exercises. The practice of mindfulness involves being totally present and conscious of your feelings and thoughts in the present, without becoming mired in criticism or response. It enables you to view your thoughts objectively when you look at your feelings and ideas, without using classifications such as good or negative. You provide yourself room to make deliberate decisions, way you would like to react to them, instead than being carried away by them. For instance, if you observe a negative or scared thinking emerging, being mindful enables you to notice it without recognizing it, rather than believing that I am angry or terrified. You may say, empty. What I'm feeling is either fury or terror. This slight change in viewpoint makes you understand that you're not your feelings or ideas. You can alter these transient states as you get closer to your inner world. With this knowledge, you get the ability to refocus your attention in the direction of more positive and ideas and attitudes that are constructive. Developing emotional awareness is also crucial. Emotions are similar to motion and energy. They lead you in the direction of your goals. When you're feeling wonderful on the inside, it indicates that you are in agreement with your higher mission and your actual self. However, when negative feelings surface, it indicates that there is an imbalance, or that you're clinging to ideas or convictions that no longer benefit you. Simply keeping track of your feelings throughout the day, you can start to see trends. Are there specific circumstances, people or situations that depress you? Do certain thoughts make you feel anxious or rage when you've identified these trends? You can start moving them. One effective method to boost your feelings is by deliberately selecting more intense feelings, like happiness and thankfulness, peace and love. These feelings have a higher frequency of resonance and is able to rapidly raise your vibration. For instance, when you cultivate thankfulness, you turn your attention away from your life's shortcomings to what is already plentiful. This small gesture of gratitude for what you have gives one a feeling of accomplishment and draws in more of what you want. Being thankful can be as easy as setting aside some time each day to consider a few things for which you are grateful. Regardless of your health, a buddy who is encouraging, a bright day, or a minor triumph. Your brain is rewired over time by this activity to inevitably lean toward optimism. Likewise, choose to identify with joy implies looking for happy occasions and completely accepting them. Spending time with loved ones is one example. Pursuing a passion of yours, or just taking in the scenery. These happy moments lift your soul and elevate your general vibe. It's crucial to keep in mind that big events don't have to be the source of happiness. It is located in the little moments in your daily life that make you happy and at ease. When you strive to elevate your feelings and thoughts, additionally, letting go of lower vibrating feelings is essential. When they appear, feelings such as fear, wrath, or despair are organic, and it's crucial to avoid ignoring or suppressing them. Instead, give yourself permission to experience these feelings. Give them your whole attention, and then let them go. Clinging to unpleasant feelings only reduces your vibration. However, when you allow them to pass through you, without a bond, you allow yourself to revert to a more elevated condition of existence. Make contact with your higher self. Establishing a connection with your higher self is a significant path to increased self-awareness, spiritual development, and finding your actual purpose. The wisest person is frequently referred to as the higher self, your most enlightened aspect, residing on the higher planes of awareness. It already knows the mission of your soul, is aware of the route that will bring you to your full potential. This perfectly fits the 5D chronology in which love, harmony, and unity are vital in our daily lives. It's simple to feel disengaged from this superior part of ourselves. We become enmeshed in the cacophony of the outside world, our everyday obligations, concerns, and diversions, and this may impede our ability to think clearly. But improving your relationship with your higher self can assist you in living a more purposeful life, tranquility, and comfort. Practices can be used to foster this relationship. Similar to meditation, reflecting on yourself and having faith in your instincts. Among the strongest strategies for communicating with your higher self is via use of meditation. One technique that can help you calm your thoughts is meditation and become aware of your inner world. When we sit motionless, we make room for our innate wisdom to surface, the mind's incessant chatter. Our problems, to-do lists, and thoughts can prevent us from hearing the subliminal direction of our inner self. However, when we practice meditation, we reach a higher level of consciousness where we can get information and direction that originate from this superior aspect of ourselves. It's not necessary for meditation to be difficult. Even a short period of calm sitting every day can have an impact. First, locate a quiet area where interruptions won't occur. Shut your eyes and inhale deeply a few times, and concentrate on how your breath feels as it enters and exits your body. When thoughts come to mind, just examine them objectively. Then slowly return your attention to your breathing. You'll notice that your thinking becomes more relaxed with time. And in this serene, you might start to detect a connection to a deeper aspect of yourself. Your higher self is this. As you get more proficient at meditating, you might also try making a plan before to starting, like, I'm willing to listen to my higher self for direction, or I want to understand the purpose of my soul. Have faith that you will receive this inner counsel, either later in the day or during the meditation, through epiphanies, emotions, or nudges from within. An additional, crucial component of communicating with your higher self is becoming more adept at following your gut. Your instincts are similar to a compass that pushes you in the direction of what is consistent with your soul. It's the silent voice or emotion that comes from within. It lets you know what feels correct or bad, even if you are unable to rationally explain why. You communicate with your higher self, using your instincts, providing direction to assist you in navigating your way. The secret to enhancing your intuition is getting used to hearing it and have faith in it. We frequently question our instincts because we've been trained to just employ reason or outside confirmation, but the more you pay attention to your gut instincts, for instance, the more powerful they get. If a particular opportunity or person appeals to you, or if anything doesn't seem quite right to you, be mindful of these emotions. They frequently serve as messages from your higher self, guiding you in the direction of your greatest development and health. A method for developing your intuition is by taking some time to ponder about oneself. For this, journaling is a useful tool because it enables you to investigate your ideas and emotions at a more profound level. Consider allocating time every day to write about your experiences, feelings, and ideas. Ask yourself things like, what is it that I feel called to do? Or what my inner voice has to say regarding this circumstance. By means of this method, you can understand the messages better. The message from your higher self. Spiritual exercises like using affirmations, energy healing, or visualizing can assist you as well. Bolster your relationship with your higher self. Affirmations are statements that are positive, that support the alignment of your ideas that align with your higher self's truth. For instance, reciting statements such as, I trust my inner guidance, or my higher self is related to me, can support the strengthening of this relationship and serve as a reminder of your inner wisdom. Living in the 5D time frame. In conclusion, complementing the 5D timeline is a method of intense spiritual transformation and introspection. By accepting oneness, love, and a higher state of consciousness, you can increase your vibration and transcend the 3D world's constraints. The secret to prospering in this new realm is to lead an aware life, sincerity, and a heart receptive to the heavenly potential that awaits. Continue to be dedicated to your spiritual development. Have faith in the process and embrace the miracles that come to pass as the 5D frequency is aligned. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If so, follow me to 5D, click the like and subscribe button, and be inspired every time a little more.